What's the purpose behind the marketing plan? You excite, you educate, experience, and engage. Let's do this, right? Let's do this and let's have fun with it too. To my first time listeners, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you being here. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Marketing podcast, where I'm your host, Nathan Webster, and I'm excited to chop it up with you today. For today's episode, I got a two-parter, and this is something I think a lot of entrepreneurs, small businesses, even folks that serve larger businesses need to know because I took a full-time position where something I didn't think I was employable. I'm now a full-time employee, but I'm still running the marketing agency. But first, let me first say thank you to my worldwide listeners who gives me all the support. I wouldn't be doing it for you. Thank you for tuning into the show, rocking with me. If you haven't already left a review, please do so. For my first-time listeners, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy the show. If you like it, hit subscribe, and so you can get this on a regular basis. And if you love it, please review, rate, and please share the show. All right, let's get into this. So it's been almost a year that I came to a client, which is this company here. It's OAME, OAME, but for long version, it stands for Oregon Association of Minority Entrepreneurs. Now, this is an organization that has been around since 1987, and it's been around for a long time because it serves the community extremely well. I'm going to go into about that just a little bit later. Let me first give you the build up of why I'm here. And you like, Nathan, I thought you were like 100% unemployable. Or I am. So this will probably be the last job I ever work unless like the Chicago Bears wants to hire me to be their consultant. Maybe their GM, I can help them. That's another topic. So when it comes to how did I end up here? As a small business owner, I had a client call me, Owami, when their website went down. You like, hey, website? Yeah, as a marketing agency, we do build WordPress websites, and they had an issue with it. Long story short, we fixed it, brought it back to life. There were still some more issues. I had a conversation with the person to where I said I would help them find a potential executive director so that moving forward, they'll be able to continue on with the awesome work that they do in the community with small businesses, but large businesses, government. Again, I get to that later. So when I came back after the conference that we do every October, it's called Let's Connect. If you haven't checked it out, go to letsconnectpnw.com, and it is a blast. We're going to start promoting it a little bit more. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go and check out the link in the show notes page. So after my conference, I'm like 100% like in a lot of ways healed from like all the trauma and drama from my journey of the year. So I came back here because I just want to make sure I follow up on any leads. With any small business, when you have potential proposals out, you follow up. Well, long story short, they needed some help, and I said, my business is in a good spot. Let's move forward with doing something interim to where you can find someone. Because I'm like, I'm ready to take this podcast full time, national, international. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do some speaking. I'm ready to do that transition from what I was to this. And that did not work out. So, how it worked out was they needed someone to help them in this situation make a major shift. I have been doing nonprofits for a long time, and I still love nonprofits. And in this time when we were talking about it, going through, I was like, I'll do interim, but here was the catch. I couldn't do an interim because they are an official SBA lender. You may say, I don't know what an SBA is. Well, it's Small Business Administration. And they lend, as in do microloans to small businesses and to I won't go into that further because it gets confusing. But instead of going to a bank, you can go to a microlender, and it's more familiar or popular in other countries other than the United States. But a microlender can help you establish certain things to grow your business in a way that a national or a regional bank wouldn't help you do. So I was like, "Ooh, you got federal background check, and you gotta wait, and then I'm gonna become an employee." Man, I went on and on and on and on. I was like, "Man, I don't know if this is for me." Why am I telling you this, especially as a marketer? As a marketer, I am a company's best friend, especially when it comes to the key decision makers. Majority of our funds outside of an employee, as in your payroll, comes to promoting. Remember the 4 P's of marketing? You got the product, also service. The product is tangible, service is intangible. You got the price, you got the place, and you have the promotion. Now, place is funny because back in the day when this was created, you drove or walked to a place. You did window shopping. You got invited into the store in order for you to go make a purchase and look at the items. So we call it window shopping, if you heard of it, because you could not go into the store unless you received an invitation. And then they invited you in, and you only came inside if you were ready to make that purchase. Nowadays, a channel can be digital, and we shop for everything extensively until we have analysis paralysis before we make that purchase because there's so much information out there. As a marketer, we understand the ones that know what they're doing. We make key decisions on the data from the beginning to the end. If we use food, we say from the farm to the fork. And then we evaluate that process from supply chain or the vendors, the supply chain to the user to our operations to make sure that in a Six Sigma, which is a project management tool where you DMAIC, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control, that the process is done accurately to where you eliminate as much waste as possible before it even gets to the consumer. So marketers have to understand this so the margins, the profits stay profitable. So if you're designed for, which is why a lot of business go out of business because they continue to cut into the margins because guess what? If something goes wrong, it's going to go wrong. So with that, marketers understand, in my opinion, not a little bit biased, that we understand how to run the business a little bit better than someone else in that regards. And so, in my own bias, I would say as a nonprofit expert and a marketing expert, I was like, you know what? I think I can do this. I'll move forward with this. What the hell? I said some other stuff, but what the hell? Let's move. Let's move on. Let's move forward. And this is, I would say, one of the decisions I made, I was like, "Whoa, what did I just do? What did I just do?" As a business owner, there's nothing like having the freedom to do what you want to do. And I don't want to make it long, but I want to give you enough information to understand when you like, Nathan, are you being a hypocrite? No, I'm just being me. I don't want to settle. And at the end of the day, you have to dream big. You don't know what opportunities lay ahead of you if you don't exercise your craft at the highest level. And this is a compliment to me exercising my craft. So let me circle back to OWAMI. Oregon Association of Minority Entrepreneurs. It is to support the economic development of entrepreneurs and small business to where it can thereby reduce discrimination and racism in the Southwest Washington and all of Oregon. By our SBA license, or what you would say authorization, we do up to from $500 to $50,000 microloans for businesses that need cash flow finances. It could be if you have an invoice, if you need a tractor, if you just need help with payroll. you give us a call, you fill out the forms, and typically a national or regional bank would have denied you, but we can help you. And that's what's really important to me because as I've developed as a small business owner, I have realized, man, if I just had just a little bit more money, I wouldn't be undercapitalized. And this is where it's not just minorities because the founder, his name is Sam Brooks, he said, everybody's in, nobody's out. If we gave everybody the opportunity for the pursuit of happiness, entrepreneurship, small business, which is why America is America, the world will look completely different. So that's why I took this opportunity, and I'm excited to tell you in part two about OAME. So, hey, if you like this episode, make sure you go like, review, rate it, and share it. And so, until next time, you heard it first here at Let's Talk Marketing with In-Depth Podcast, where I'm your host, Nathan Webster. I wish you nothing but the best. So, dream big and Godspeed. I'm out.
What's the purpose behind the marketing plan? You excite, you educate, experience, and engage. Let's do this, right? Let's do this and let's have fun with it too. To my first-time listeners, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you being here.